and gentlemen, welcome to CTG TV 97 Wrestling Channel. And it's time to get on into the mix of it. It's time to break down what's really going on right now between Jimmy and Jey. Because main event, Jeyuso and that man, Jimmy Uso.
Well, Friday, you guys, he calls himself him. Jim Uso.
Jim is what he called himself. All right, Jim. Well, let's get on into it. Jim.
This is crazy, you guys, because this started back at SummerSlam when Jimmy betrayed Jey and cost him the match against Roman Reigns in the Tribal Comeback match.
Yes, it did. And that even made it a lot more worse after that. Because Jey would end up firing the second shot of a super kick to Jimmy Uso after literally saying, I'm out of the bloodline and I'm done with this. Deuces, ooses, and leaving for 2 weeks right after that.
2 weeks and came back. But the thing is, it's like, did Cody make a mistake by getting in family business? Because as you guys see, we said this in the last video, which Uso was going to be the best one. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Jimmy Uso is that one. Jimmy Uso is making a name and showing people that he's the one.
He's been the one ever since. He's been the one since he was born. He said he is born a king, and he put family in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Uso has been making statements after statements after statements saying that he is the man to get the job done. And every time we tune in and watch Friday Night SmackDown, this man is doing some fantastic work.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's cutting amazing promos, beating up people. He don't care who he's beating up. It's just the point. He's getting the job done. Then you look on Mondays and you look how they're doing main event Jey Uso. Man, they are doing main event Jey Uso wrong.
Doing them wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Jey Uso, everywhere you look up, he's getting beat up. He's getting saved by the president, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. He's literally getting beat up again. American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes comes for the save. But this is a problem now. This has become a huge problem. As you guys know, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, they were the undisputed tag team champions. But that man, Jim Uso, would come and interfere and cost his brother and would shoot his brother again, ruining another opportunity for him.
But you know something? Jimmy did what Jimmy had to. I mean, look at what Roman told Jimmy. And it made sense.
Your tribal chief made it very clear. The more times he keeps holding these titles is the more he keeps disrespecting our family. I need you to get these titles off of him, because the more that he wears these titles, the more he is disrespecting the family.
And he even said Cody Rhodes was his brother.
And I think that really did kind of get under Jimmy Uso's skin to actually hear that Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes is now his brother, not you.
Exactly. And it did something to Jimmy. And Jimmy's like, nah, we ain't finna have that.
We ain't about to do that. So Jimmy Uso costs Jey Uso the titles, another title opportunity once again. 2. That is the second. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know this whole Jimmy Uso thing started when a brand new song kicked in and he started mean mugging. He started coming out here with that bad attitude. And it started with John Cena. The 16-time World Heavyweight Champion John Cena, when he says, nobody wants you here, John.
Don't nobody want you here, John. Everyone wants to know why I did what I did.
And John Cena threw a shot at him, which made Jim Uso react a different type of way. Then, after that, Jimmy Uso was just going back and forth, rubbing people the wrong way.
But this is the craziest thing, you guys. He went on a warpath. He was beating up everyone that was coming his way. He didn't care who it was.
Him and Solo literally went back and forth with people, beating the crap out of them, saying, you won't be teaming with John Cena. you won't be John Cena part. And it was just back and forth. They smashed an Apple laptop. They took a laptop out of a person's hand and smashed his laptop. Everybody, Jimmy Uso has just been dominating, causing chaos on Friday Night SmackDown.
And on Mondays, you got main event Jey Uso, who's not doing anything. It's like if you were going to split these two twin brothers up, you could have did it another way. These two are on separate brands. One twin is leading, while the other twin is downgrading. How do you go from being the best damn tag team in the business?
And this is how you do it. It's called the Jimmy and Jay Breakdown Special, and that's what we about to give you right now. I think we're going to get Team Jimmy versus Team Jay at Survivor Series.
Yep. Because as we see, these two guys keep getting each other, but they're getting each other.
They're sneaking each other. Now, Jey Uso repaid the favor to Jimmy Uso this past Friday night on SmackDown.
When he showed up in all black and took the mask off and started beating up Jimmy. And you know him and Jimmy going there. You got Jimmy up here. We're talking about some time out. I'm like, what?
I'm like, oh, Jimmy Uso, the second string quarterback called timeout. The second string called timeout. The starting quarterback, Roman Reigns, is at home just watching this. Like, what is this? What is this?
So it's like these two brothers, we're finally getting to see these two go at it. My main thing is, how would you book it?
How would you book it? How would you book Jimmy versus Jay? Do you book it at Survivor Series? Do you book it at another pay-per-view that's another month away? How do you book this? How
do you book it?
How do you book it?
For next year, WrestleMania? How would you book two twin brothers who've been tag teams their entire WWE career? I'm going to be honest with you guys. It can't happen. They have the same move set. What are we going to see? Super kicks, splashes. Super kick, splashes. You already got Jay, who just decided I'm going to add a spear. Man, Jay, what is up with the spears? These ain't it.
What she said. Look here, we cannot have Jimmy versus Jay. We gotta have Team Jay versus Jimmy or something.
Yes.
It needs to be a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series. You guys know what we're talking about. 5-on-5 Survivor Series teams.
Yep.
This 5 versus this 5 from two different brands.
Got to, because these two going at it. All we gonna keep saying is super kicks. Monday, what we saw from Jimmy, super kick. Friday, what we saw Jay
blows
do.
and then super kick.
Exactly, that's all we saw.
But now this should open up a lot of eyes for Jey Uso. He is not afraid to actually show up on this show and sneak his brother like his brother's been sneaking him.
Exactly. So the main thing is, if you want to be honest, what's next for main event? Because main event almost got fined $10,000.
And then AP was also about to basically get fined $10,000. But then Nick Aldis, general manager, new SmackDown general manager, Nick Aldis said, well, you know what? He's not on my show. Get him out of here. No. But you got to think, Jimmy Uso also popped up on Monday Night Raw, and he doesn't even belong here.
No, he do not. He's even not on the roster. But it's like, look how y'all have did Jimmy. Y'all basically turned Jay into a superhero, and look how y'all did Jimmy. Y'all got Jimmy beating down people. I'm not gonna lie. Do I like this Jimmy Uso? Yes, I do. Why do I like him? Because he's funny.
This Jimmy Uso right here literally shows up like we had a whole Death Row Records party, literally. He dressed up in
like
all
a
red.
cookout or something.
Like, literally, we're here at a whole Death Row Records party, man. This is basically, he like a whole artist from Death Row Records. Jimmy Uso, what we just saying is, this is what we were gonna expect from these two. We knew these two were gonna explode. We knew these two were gonna butt heads with each other. We just did not know when. But when is the time to book it?
That's the main thing. And how would you book it? That's the main thing.
And we asked y'all, how would you book Jimmy and Jay, do you do the traditional 5-on-5 team matchup, which is two different brands, Raw and SmackDown, Team Jay or Team Jimmy? Or do you have these two face each other in a brand versus brand matchup?
That's the main thing. How would we go about this? Because two twin brothers who are really meant to be a tag team than singles competitors. This is kind of look crazy. Hopefully, they fix this, because seeing these two go against each other, yeah, it'd be nice to see, but at the same time, I wouldn't be able to take it serious. Do I see these guys as the best tag team ever? Yes, I do. Man, look how they've been treating Jay on Mondays. Jay been getting beat up. Jay been saving people. Even when you're saving people, people don't want your help.
No, they do not. And this is another part of that breakdown. Sami Zayn is literally feeling some type of way right now, but we're going to get back to that situation in a little bit. This is how we're going to end this and break this down. Jeyuso versus Damian Priest on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Will that man Jimmy show up? Will he make another appearance?
More than likely, probably so. Security probably be there, but you guys know how the bloodline.
You know how the bloodline rolls. We don't roll alone. We never roll alone.
Exactly. Like, if Jimmy can't make his way, they never said anything about Solo.
That is true. Will we see Jimmy or Solo Sikoa pop up on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night with Jay in action with Damian Priest? Another thing too as well, how will Cody Rhodes react to losing the tag team titles with Jay last Monday? That's another thing.
How would they react? How would they? Because y'all are no longer champs. Y'all basically the champs are basically the Judgment Day.
Literally. And how will this family business literally make Cody Rhodes feel now that he's no longer a tag team champion and his tag team partner is feuding with the family again?
Exactly. So where does all of this leave Cody? Cody did his job by bringing Jay to Raw. But now Jay is crossing paths and going back to where he came from to finish family business.
And now things are heating up with this family business. How does Jey Uso kind of controls his emotions with Jimmy Uso? Has Jimmy Uso literally crossed that line of finishing and literally beating his brother Jay? But how will Cody Rhodes kind of interfere in this family business? That's the main thing.
Exactly, because it seems like when it came down to family probably about like a week or two ago, Cody seemed like he didn't want any problems with family.
Well, guess what? You got problems now. You're working with Jay, so now family issues are becoming your issues.
All the way, because right now we're really just trying to see, how do you go by booking Jimmy versus Jey Uso? Because these two fight the same way.
And that's how we leave it to you guys. What do you guys think about the whole Jimmy and Jay situation? Has family business really interfered in the whole tag team division, in the family way for real? Will Jay ever forgive Jimmy? That's the main thing. Does Jimmy Uso not even care about family no more?
Exactly. Do he not care about his brother? Do he care? Because Roman Reigns told Jimmy, Jay, he's in the past.
He's in the past. We won't find that out until we see each other again this upcoming week. Don't forget, guys, we will see you guys this week. And don't forget this upcoming Friday on Friday Night SmackDown either. It's a tune-in. Y'all gotta watch it.
Y'all got to tune in.
Peace.
Peace.